Alright guys, welcome back to the channel today, and we're going to kick things off a little bit differently for our first PS5 video, as we're just going to walk through the weapon builds that we're using in this video. Of course, you can tinker with them in any way you want, but just kind of gives you an idea of how I'm running with things and why I'm doing it. So we're going with the suppressor on the QBZ. The positives for sound suppression, ADS, bullet velocity, and sprint the fire time. Your only negative is the effective damage range. That's compared to the agency suppressor, where you're losing your ADS, your aim walking speed, and your aim and stability. If you're using the QBZ, especially against the new guns that come out for Season 5 and against the Krieg, you kind of want to give yourself as many advantages as you can instead of disadvantaging yourself by having that slower ADS speed, because it does make a difference. 16.5 range of barrel instead of the task force barrel. As you can see, you're losing your aim, walk, and movement speed, your hip fire accuracy, but you're getting your vertical recoil control, as opposed to losing sprint movement speed. I just feel Ranger is a better choice. It's up to you if you want to use the task force barrel. Axle arm scope, beautiful clear sight, and we've got field agent grip for our recoil control. Takes a little bit away from the ADS fire movement speed, but it's nothing to really worry about, and our standard 60 drum. And then on our ghost loadout, we also have the SYKOV pistol, where we're going to be running with the monolithic suppressor, lightweight double action trigger to easier pull speed, 80 round drum on the clip, and the Sorkin auto barrel, which we're going to want to use if you want the rapid fire and the tac laser. This isn't the exact loadout, but it's what I use. You can tinker with it in any way you want if you don't feel comfortable with the recoil or you don't want to take the long shots. And then we've also been messing about with the stoner, having a bit of fun with it. Again, we got the agency suppressor here. You don't want to be engaging in any fights at a close range of this thing. You're not going to win with them, so it doesn't really matter if it's a slow ADS, a sprint to fire, or anything like that. So we've got the agency suppressor, you've got the vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, effective damage range, 20.7 match grade barrel. Again, a lot of negatives, but you have that recoil control, so this thing doesn't move when you're firing it. I was getting 240, 250 meter shots with this thing and laughing my ass off while doing it. Axle arm scope, one more. It does take an eternity to reload, so the 120 round speed mag is plenty of ammunition, and it loads pretty fast, especially if you're using amped. And field agent grip once again for horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control. And then with the PPSH, we have the blueprint on. We've got the GRU suppressor. Does take away from your ADS speeds, but we'll get to that with your attachments. For the purposes of the video, I was using the Spetsnaz compensator. It's got vertical recoil control, only negative is horizontal recoil control. I'm not noticing too much of a difference. I'm still landing my shots. We were on a 250 ping server earlier, and I was still dropping 10-11 kills with us. I was overall pretty happy. We've gone with the 15.7 task for barrel, effective damage range, bullet velocity, strafe speed. You do have the recoil negatives, but the gun doesn't jump that much, and you don't want to be engaged in anything really over 20-30 meters with it. I just don't see the point. You could pull the stoner out in that time if you've got good coverage. 55 standard round drum. You could go with a 71, but you're going to lose a lot of ADS time and reload quickness. If you get into a pinch and you're running with a stoner like I am, you don't want to be weapon swapping in those awkward situations. Say serpent grip for aim down sight time. You could use a GRU elastic, but your ADS move speed, firing movement speed, and sprint to fire time is going to be effective. You kind of want to treat this as the Mach 10. Fire it, keep moving with it. It feels really comfortable to use. You'll see it in the video. And then the rate of stock, you've got your ADS fire movement speed, aim walking movement speed, and sprint to fire time. So this is all about just movement. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's see what happens, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, I am pretty pumped in bringing this video to you today, because not only is it the first one captured on PS5, and it looks fantastic, it's also one of the first times I've used an experimental loadout in a long time. Normally, I either take the advice of Mandy on what guns to run, or I have my own classes that I kind of stick to. The QBZ and the SYKOV, the Krieg and the Cali sticks, stuff like that. But this time we have the PPSH and the stoner. It's a bizarre combo, but we're amped and with dead silence. This thing just blasts through the competition, and we're going to get to see some highlights here today of that in action. So we're starting off with we see the stoner shots out of the sky with absolute ease, and now we're going to get to see the PPSH up close, and we got a couple of long shots as well with it. as we slowly work our way through the Dark Ether challenges. Look at this. This destroys people.
Negative.
You put stopping power rounds in this thing as well. It drops them so fast.
Where's the king?
This poor guy tried to get us with the Cali sticks, and that's a super important thing. The movement speed on the PPSH is so fast that if Cali sticks or someone tries to get up close to you, you're able to just aim, fire, and move back at the same time. It just blasts through the competition. And the reload speed is pretty decent on it, so you're not usually going to get caught in a pinch. So we're going to see the power of both of these guns as we push down on the Promenade West area. And we got a couple of things. Unfortunately, you will hear the audio of all of my teammates, but you won't hear my voice for the duration of these clips, as I didn't realise that I actually had to mess with the audio settings on the PS5 to begin with. So this thing is lasering the competition at the moment. Straight out the door, we walk in through and we head the footsteps. 11 kills already off rip within 6 minutes of the game start. 5 minutes of the game start. That's insane. As you can see, we get the precision airstrike on this guy. We have blew them. I think he probably stood in the stairwell because we do get the down. There we go. There's no way he was dumb enough to hook on roof. This guy lands back in straight off. The stoner does not move. It just does not move. It's a beast. It's an animal. And Sergeant Liam actually had recommended it to me a while back, but I never really bothered to bring it out and play with it. This time, I did. I just put my own spin on it. It's just a monster. 120 rounds. It's enough to take down 5 or 6 people at once. So, we've seen the opening of this video with the PPSH and the Stoner. We're now jumping back in with the SYKOV and the QBZ. We got a nice little jump shot there. I have found my playstyle has improved 100% switching over to the PS5. I honestly can't believe what the difference in the frames per second is. The jump shots, everything counts. It's an experience. If you haven't switched over to the next gen consoles, by the time you do, you just go, wow. It takes a day or so to get used to how fast everything moves. But once you're used to it, oh my god, your playstyle will improve tenfold. It is an awesome experience.
Oh, he's in front of me now.
So we're going to do some sneaky stuff here as Liam is getting chased in the car. And we're going to pre-prime the road with beautiful C4 as Abe Lincoln lands in to watch it all unfold.
I am. Can I please execute him, please?
Oh, it's marvelous. I saw I had a rooftop view of that shit.
Our celebrations and teabagging were short-lived as another team rolls in on us. QBZ is a laser beam. I don't care what anyone says. Now look, I do like the Krieg, don't get me wrong. And if we win a heavy game or we're getting pinned down, I will bring it out. But just for versatility alone. And look at that skin on that gun. I don't often go for skins. I don't really like buying the skins. All things considered with this game. But sometimes you just gotta go for it. And the Phoenix bundle is just gorgeous. Especially if you have diamond on the AR. It's just even more impressive. And messing with the attachment doesn't actually mess the blueprint up. Which is one of the rare things about these guns. It's why it puts me off buying a lot of them. By the time you make them decent guns, the prettiness wears off. So the guy in the flank lasered us, but the game is coming to an end. And we are going to save Sergeant Liam from bleeding out. And jump in for some more QBZ action in the train station. So let's see what happens in this. As we have Tree inside looking by the UAV. This guy by the skin of his teeth escapes. Our gas grenade is clutch. We get our headshot down. And he won't let us execute him. Also now, if someone leaves the game while you are performing an execution, you will actually get the kill. And you'll know they've left with the fact that the execution will actually end early. The money will spew out of them. And then they just get a sledgehammer in the head with beautiful effect. So my shots were horrific here, but we do manage to get the down just as he gets behind the wall. That's something I hate. When you're trying to get behind a wall, and you think you're behind it on your screen, and then all of a sudden they down you anyway. But it's nice to be on the other end of that for once. SYKOV to finish some beautiful switch. Am I going to get a nice little mount to kill here? Now, one thing I will say, you have to remember, if you are shooting through glass, it's gonna add on. I think it's an extra. You need to land an extra headshot or two extra torso shots, because it does negate bullet damage off rip. So, if you can, break glass before you fire, and you're guaranteed to get that kill. Then we had the door opening. Not a bad range with the SYKOV pistol there, but it's tricky. You need to get used to using it to be able to take shots like that, and that sounds ridiculous. You're like, it's only 10 or 15 meters, but it actually does matter. We see forward 3 and get a car, and that is not the last time we are going to see that guy in this video. How I lived through this, I don't know. I'm proud of myself for jump shots and drop shots. I don't know. I feel like my gameplay has improved. And funnily enough, I'm still using the PS4 controller on the PS5. Mainly because it's Blood Money this week. I don't want to be getting fully used to a new controller just yet. I want to play with how I'm comfortable. Guys, you know, the week's ticking by, but 6 minutes still in view. You never know, it might happen. I'm hoping it does. But if it doesn't, there we got 5.9 as you've seen there during the week, and I'm happy with that. We're up to a Mercedes with a count of 10 so far in this video, and this poor fecker jumps into the bathroom. R.I.P. little one. Me another 199,500 off of him. And yeah, we will see him again momentarily. I wish someone had ran to that chopper to C4, but I'm just looking now, we don't even have C4s. Again, you can see it took those extra couple of shots to go through the glass. It also obscures view when you're using traces and guns and you're firing through glass. That does get annoying every now and again. As for the tempered armor perk, I don't quite see a benefit to it. I've noticed specialist perks appearing a little more often in the game lately, so it's handy to get that. Tempered is also now a great way of knowing when your teammate has specialists. Normally it'd be like you wouldn't know who had what, especially if you're running together, if you're just going for kills. This guy comes back right at the end of the game, back into the same bathroom. I don't know what he was thinking. But yeah, I haven't seen much of a benefit to temper. I guess it's more of a BR thing. Combat Scout, again, I haven't really ran it. I haven't noticed a difference. But I'm lucky with the team I run with. We normally always have UAVs up, so we know where people are in general, and if we know there's a ghost on us, we're going to see them coming in. Oh well, our teammates are going to see them coming in and going to put a ping on them. So, for teams running together and plunder, it's not really much of a benefit. We do them nasty here, look at that, and we get them in the same clip. Still got 2 bullets in the chamber as well. Cut upstairs, we're going to switch to Stoner, and as he goes through the door, we're going to down him. I'd be mad if I was him. Oh, I'd be even madder now. I'm going to execute him. I love that
we really should come up with a safe word.
Oh, it's nasty.
Sounds a little dangerous.
Alright, so we're joining Mandy for a fight now. He had summoned Razor when he has fun over in the train station.
I got 2 down.
And we're going to cause a little bit of carnage with our class setup. So we got 2 in the building still.
Got another one.
We're going to check our corners before we push up. There he is. We're going to hip fire, jump shot, and fire at the same time. And that's the great thing about this. It's a little bit like the MP5 in that regard. When you have the hip fire build on the MP5, you fire it and then you aim it. If you aim and then fire, they get the advantage. So it's fire, aim, fire, aim. Always the way to do it. Just going to try and get a hit up top so we know they're not on roof with the gas grenade, because we're not hearing any coughing, which means they're coming down the stairs. He's actually jumped down. Mandy picks them out.
I got one of them.
And we get sniped. Let's see the power of the Stoner. We're going to zoom in on maps so we have a direct ping location. We got helicopters and everything being chucked at us here. It's absolutely nuts. He gets a shot on us. It was a bit risky peeking this, but they have bad out shots that those guys have. So we've down 1. We got another 2 closing in behind us. Mandy will deal with them. And we're going to take out our long shot here. Double down. Just going to leave them out in the field. There's no point pushing to get them.
I got one.
And we see a guy on UAV. Mandy's dealing with him.
That kid's knocked on the hills.
Mandy while Mandy pushes up. And this cheeky beggar brings us a riot shield. He shouldn't have tried running up the stairs. Poor bastard doesn't know how to use it, really. You have to aim the riot shield up. You must protect your head, son.
I down 1 on police station roof.
And Mandy's going to have more coming in to deal with. me.
Camping on the
And you
stairs.
bitch just because I'm camping the stairs.
I gotta
Come
put on
on,
plates.
dude. You're pushing
I
with
gotta
a
put on
full
plates.
team. I gotta protect myself all the way.
I'm
as I
dropping
can.
down on that kid with a dead silence right now.
50
That's
seconds
dead
after the
fire
clock.
building.
This was an exciting match, I gotta admit. I'm afraid when precision airstrikes come in on buildings now, I gotta admit, because it doesn't seem no matter where you're at. If you're near a window, you die. So standing beside a door wasn't the smartest move, but hey, it kept me alive. We get a kill confirmed on one of our long shots, and we got another guy coming in. Tried to put a sentry down. Give up on the idea. We have Manny come to stairs.
try
He's my
precision
own
with this
personal
guy's
sentry
landing
turret.
right
He
now.
does all the work for me. The other one lands in, down him.
Precision right above you guys.
Andy with the finish. I'm back down the stairs again. We see him coming up. We're going to trick him to think that we are...
I'm going out the window
push it.
behind him.
Manny's going to jump off roof. He's going to push from below. I'm going to push from above. And the guy's going to get sandwiched. I love it. Me and Mandy are together on Times of War. The two of us just flow off each other so well. It's awesome. It's awesome to have a teammate that loves to go for kills just as much as me. This guy managed to escape. Also, if you've noticed, with the Season 5 update, there's a second or two longer at the end of every game now. So, is a second or two longer to run over extra cash if you're on Storage Town or something like that. Or to melee someone.
He's a player.
So, we're back with a Stoner class here. Mandy gets down. We knock this guy. Unfortunately, we're quicker with the save there on Mandy.
Chop down and then they come up.
We're going to cut through the building just in case there was anyone else lying around. Finish him off with the PPSH. We see one behind us who was ghosted. Trick him to run into the building. He's going to come in after us.
There's
There
one
he
on
is.
the building right here sniping.
God.
Green.
Lovely. Now, the point of this video, I want you to realize just how much money I get in 60 seconds. We
Killed
started
the-
off
killed the
OT
sniper.
there,
You
virtually
guys-
next to nothing. We're already up to
He's
$603,000.
going to res.
We get a kill right at the end of the game. And they rage for
Get put
and we're on over $1 million in the space of 4 minutes. We're just running now
Lot
a
of
few
money.
buildings in a racetrack. It's games like this I
Kill
absolutely
that
adore.
sniper again.
And it did happen in our record game, but God, I wish it would happen more often. Here we are with Legalized Steam. I'm back with the QBZ on this one. As in a cross-playoff game, we found 3 poor old solo players lobby sank together. And I think, judging by the stuns and the knives they were running with, they were trying to do the challenge to unlock the cane. Which I believe is, I think it's get a kill in 15 different matches while an enemy is stunned with a melee weapon, something like that. Of course, we had to fuck it up for them. We absolutely shit on these guys. Quick weapon swap there. It's also why I won't switch to combat skill. I don't want to lose amp because quick weapon swap like that when you run out of bullets in the QBZ, you've got an A-round fucking pistol to play with, and it's awesome. Guys are coming back in again. Stim got 2. I go for the turret. Stim needs to reload. I need to reload. I get there first. We get the shots on him, and he is all mine. I think we're going to get one more, maybe 2 more here. Let's find out. One more before they all veered off. Stim got a few more kills after this, but unfortunately he snagged them before I could get them. So now I know how Liam and other people do feel when I steal their kills, because it's not fun.
No.
QBZ again, we get one out of Sky. I think we're going to go for a second one. We're getting cheeky with these Sky kills. It used to be just 1 a game, now it's like 2 or 3.
Oh, Stim, I've
Fun to
been
do
in
though.
hospital.
You know it
for
pisses them
like
off to start
days.
things off, because I know I rage about it. Oh yes, this is our $1 million train station run in overtime, so we've managed to piss a team off so far, double down with the precision airstrike, and we have a ghost pushing on us. We have a super UAV up at the moment, and an enemy team has put up an advanced UAV, and for some reason when an advanced UAV by an enemy team plus a super UAV by ourselves is triggered, it actually gives you an advanced. I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's deliberate or what the situation, but it is. But it's absolutely clutch sometimes. And when I hear enemy advanced UAV, I get so happy because I know we're getting basically a free advance. So it's awesome. So these guys went best pleased that we killed them once. With down one, the QBZ jumped down with a deadly active. Get the first kill. Execute this guy. It's going to refresh our dead silence. And we're going to go back into the station and prepare for round 3 with these guys. Here they come. So we see one on the right, tiny bit concerned about him, but I want to take this guy out first. We're just going to leave him there. If they want to go revive him, they could revive him. But
I'm in limbo
if I kill him, he respawns in 20 seconds. I'm not interested in that. A reliable sentry turret is going to guard a door first. Of course, if they're using cold-blooded, it's not going to shoot them. So be careful with how much trust you actually put in your sentry gun, because it might necessarily save you as much as you'd want. We are on 800,000, 900,000 in the train station now. These guys have brought us bags. Again, quick ADS weapon swap, dead silence refreshed.
Over here, Brown.
10 kill streak, and we get one more at the end of the game. He's dead inside 2 seconds. We finish with 11 kills inside the train station and over $1 million in overtime from it. A fucking phenomenal game. I've really enjoyed. This is the third game this week, $1 million, just some kills in one small confined space. I absolutely love it. And we're going to finish off tonight's video with something a little different. A nice little play of the game over in Cold War, where we get match victory and Razor does some magic shit with his PPSH that he was leveling up over here. And this is just all about fucking spraying. We get a 4-kill streak and then we do something else wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video and the continued support on the channel. And a shout out to all the haters who just want to complain. I'm still here, still making content, and I ain't going away anytime soon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and good night, or good afternoon, or good evening, or hey, whatever you want to say. Bonjour, bon nuit.